Welcome to the midweek wrap-up show with, as Bubba describes it, a little bit of sports mixed in here and there. Myself, Lummy. Rhett, hello.
Howdy, howdy.
How are you doing?
Not too bad. How you doing?
It's kind of liking this royalty-free music.
Oh, yeah?
It's kind of like a good little pop-up, kind of little jive, woo!
Yeah, I think it fits the show well. I do think, and I hate to sound like Bubba here, but I do think we need some new ones.
Yeah.
I think stuff like this has been in the rotation for a couple of years now. And as much as I do like it, as much as I am jamming here with you today.
We got to talk to YouTube about that. Grouper Lips, Hall of Famer, Sniper Credit, $20. Thank you, Grouper Lips, for the Sniper Credit. And speaking of Hall of Famers, one thing that kind of wasn't really talked about on the air, which I was hit up a lot, especially during my GOAT report, that the Hall of Fame or the BARP party video was put up, I believe, Saturday, right? No, Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night it premiered at 8 o'clock.
And from what I saw, you killed it. I watched it. But from the GOAT man, everyone's like, have you watched the BARP video? Have you watched this? Have you watched that? And people were just like, oh, it's so amazing. It's so good. You need to check it out if you haven't watched it. Makes me want to go, which would... Good job. Because people were saying, like, the people that didn't qualify, they're like, I want to go to BARP next year. It looks like a hell of a time. They were asking questions. Is it 3 days, 4 days? Yes, Gary Cantrell did an amazing job too. But obviously, Rhett, this was like his masterpiece, as I would say, because it took you how long?
It took me about 2 months. And it feels like cheating saying 2 months. It was more like a month and a week, maybe, just because we had, other projects that came up, other stuff that Bubba wanted done that I kind of had to shift focus on. So, stop and start probably a little over a month. It was definitely the heftiest thing I've ever had to edit since I've worked here. I think since I've really started doing video editing, which was 2015, 2016, almost 9 years ago.
Now, how when you describe Neil Mount put his air $19.99 super chat, Lummy and Rhett money, thank you so much. When you were filming, did you already kind of have the idea, and you kind of talked about it with Gary, like how you wanted to shoot it, or did you just go, that night you just started seeing how it was going the first night at Tate's, and you just started feeling it from there? Or did you go into it knowing what you wanted to shoot?
No, I think over planning can hold you back sometimes, and luckily, between the show and the people that listen to the show, everyone does such a good job of just generating natural content that we kind of wanted to go into it with the idea that we were filming like a documentary, I guess, just kind of like an episode of The Office or something. That's what we tried to set up with some of those cutaway interviews, the stand-up interviews, and some of those people were a little tore up, so that's why we didn't get more of them. I'd say that was the biggest thing we lacked, was some more of those to make those segments longer, because I like those a lot. I like hearing Matt Hoxie and Nick the Gun Guy, Pedro the Pool Guy, Nikki Peeled. I like hearing all those guys talk about when they first started listening to the show, why they keep listening to the show, why they keep coming back, why they donate to go to BARP every year. Like, I think that stuff is really cool. And again, like you had mentioned, it offers a perspective that, the people who don't get to make it to the party, it's a perspective for them to get. And obviously a look at the party, a much closer look at the party than we've ever had before. But yeah, shout out to Gary. A lot of those shots, a lot of that footage would not have been possible without another person there. And I'm lucky that the other guy there was as talented as Gary the Cantrell.
Yeah, I saw myself with Alex Stein, and during that talk I was having with Alex Stein before you came over, maybe it was Gary, that once again, I thought I was feeling pretty good, but also not looking like I looked. And when I saw myself, I was like, oh, shit, I was really fucked up.
That shot of you and Alex Stein is one of my favorites.
I was like, man, I was like having a in-depth conversation with Stein, and I'm thinking I felt like he was out of it, and I was feeling that, I was like the one who was almost sober in that. And
well, you've got to focus extra hard any conversation with Alex Stein, because he loves throwing a bunch of information at you.
He's, he's kind of like, he is, a fast-talking Daniel Rose.
But
Daniel
he's
Rose,
faster.
Yeah, but Daniel Rose can jump onto 27 different topics in one conversation. It's hard to wrangle him in, where Stein is almost the same way. So, like, when I kind of try to talk to him in life, even when you try to talk to him on the phone, it's the same way. Like, you almost have to stop Stein and be like, hey, can I get my point in here for a second? Even you asked me 7 questions. I'm going to forget the first 2 if you don't let me answer them in that time. So, but I just wanted to, point that out. If you haven't seen the Bart video, it's on our YouTube. You got to check it out because Rhett put a lot of time and effort into it, and obviously Gary with the filming. Both you guys filmed, and I just wanted to tell you did a good job.
I appreciate it. It means a lot, so thank you.
315.
Yeah, what up, guys? It's Longwood. Yeah, I can't mark out enough to Rat Macho and Gary Cantrell on what they did with that movie. That shit is badass. Rat, man, like I always tell you, dude, you have come far and beyond expectations, man, and you are straight fucking killing it, bro.
I appreciate it. I've said since day one, I've said it since I came back, I'm here to help Bubba get to where I know the show can be. I'm doing everything within my power that I know how to do to, help us steer the show in the right direction, to get more eyes on the show, to get more engagement. That social media shit, I love talking about that stuff. I think it's exciting, but I definitely think we have enough content that we can put it out there and we can succeed in this day and age on the internet. So that's what I'm here to do, man. I'm all about the show.
Yeah, man, it's awesome that how much you do, and man, Gary Cantrell does it all out of love for the show.
Yeah,
what a killer dude, man.
Love of the game, man. He is a straight baller. Gary the Cantrell's the man.
Hey, are you watching the tournament this weekend?
What, basketball? I don't do tree hockey.
Oh, I didn't know because I didn't know because Syracuse wasn't in there. If you were still going to tune in, but
Well, everybody. I'm not a basketball fan, but this is like a huge basketball town up here. Why? I have no clue. One national championship in 40 years. I don't understand why they think they're a powerhouse, but whatever.
Well, I mean, they were always in the tournament. I mean, you got to give it to that. I forgot their name of their coach, the old fuck that is not there anymore.
Boheim.
Yeah, Boheim. I mean, obviously that when you listen, USF is not a powerhouse at basketball, but I guarantee we get 1 or 2, 3 more seasons, and this will turn into somewhat of like a college basketball town. People they cling on to it.
Is it worth going to a college basketball game? Is it fun?
I love it. You can ask Rhett. He went to his first USF game this year, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah. I had never been before. It was my first basketball game, but college basketball especially. It was a good time. It got loud in there. If you can find a good game to go to where it's going to be a packed house and an active crowd, it's a really good time.
Yeah, you got the hot cheerleaders.
They play in the dome up here, so it's usually 30,000 people.
Yeah, I think the Yingling Center holds like 16 or 17,000 maybe on a good day. But yeah, I mean, Red found a cheerleader that he was going to go home.
Hold on, Lummy. First of all, they're not just cheerleaders; they are the Sun Dolls. Get it right.
Okay, sorry. Well,
there is a certain distinction between just a jobber ass cheerleader and a USF Sun Doll.
Yeah, sorry. Rhett was not hitting on the jobber ass USF cheerleader. He was hitting on the USF.
I wasn't hitting on anybody. Let me make that clear.
T-shirt.
Huh?
She threw that T-shirt.
She sure did, yeah.
Sexy thighs and a nice booty.
Exactly. Yeah, and listen, this one that Rhett was already hitting up threw a T-shirt our way first time. Rhett missed it. I mean, the eye, but that's besides the point.
Fucking Butterfingers.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it is good times. Honestly, if it's a good game like Rhett's saying, the team actually plays well, and you got a little bit of a crowd. It's really fun to watch.
Yeah, I think I'm probably going to go to either Duke or North Carolina when they come up here next year.
Well, yeah, that'll be a hell of a fucking game to go to then. So.
Oh yeah, they hate Duke and Syracuse, man. Like they have like Christian Laettner dolls with nooses around his neck inside restaurants. I don't know what they ever did to Syracuse, but they hate Duke.
Yeah, neither do I. Maybe they just beat them out of the ACC championship for so long, but yeah, it is what it is. But well, thank you.
I just wanted to mark out to Rhett, man. You guys are killing it.
Thanks, man.
Thank you, Gary.
Later, guys.
813-90-BUBBA, 813-90 Bubba. We got another call. I think it's 702? 641, sorry. 641?
Hey.
Oh.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Brandon the Quad?
Oh, not much.
I just wanted to say that me and my mom have already watched the video 3 times.
Hell
really?
yeah. Yeah, Brandon makes a ton of appearances in there. You got a lot of great footage.
As you should.
Yeah, it's awesome. And Ron, I got a quick YouTube question. How does that work? Do you have YouTube Premium? Do you guys still get you guys still get credit?
Yeah, we actually, so there's a different form of monetization for YouTube Premium watch hours, watch time, and views. So it does give us an extra boost. So if you do have YouTube Premium and you are watching the channel, your views mean more or might make us a little bit more money than the average person who clicks away after an ad or two. It's like a separate form of monetization. So yeah, we get credit for it for sure.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I didn't want to be screwing us over from having YouTube Premium.
No, you're good. You're good, man. I honestly, as someone who watches YouTube every single day, I cannot recommend it enough. The amount of ads the amount of ads on YouTube in general is ridiculous. A lot of people think it's just us that have that many ads, but it's really not, man. If you do not have premium, if you can afford, I think it's $20 a month.
Something like that. But shout out to Big E on that one. Thank you.
17.
Yeah, 17.
17. Yeah, if you can find a way to facilitate it and make it happen, then you should. Cause
yeah, it's awesome.
I find myself watching YouTube way more nowadays. Anyhow.
Yeah.
I
Better
mean,
content, more niche stuff. I like the live content.
Yeah, exactly. Brandon, you're gonna have to call back. What's the countdown now? Like 17, 20 days, or I don't even know how.
I think 7 days.
Is it 7?
It's 10 days from the first kickoff of the UFL.
There you go.
10 days before the end of that sentence.
Yeah, I know shit. And by the way, they picked.
That's a better one.
I was waiting for it, Brandon. I was like, come on, you can do it. Yeah, and they picked the worst fucking time too. I didn't even think about that when they announced their schedule. It's the first fucking week of the NCAA tournament.
Oh, well, you saw they released the conference names this week. They got real creative with the conferences. You know what they are?
No, what are they, Rhett?
Yeah,
the USFL, the USFL conference, and the XFL conference.
Whoa, that's
yeah. Why not the USFC and the XFC? Why not? Why not just call it a fucking conference? Why do we got why do we got to call
former
it
leagues?
that?
I mean, Jesus, how pathetic.
And the first game and this is so obvious, but the first game of the season is the 2 champions facing each other.
No, it's not bad. I mean,
Yeah,
introduce at least. So they'll get one good game in the first week.
Yeah, it's going to be the most watched game of the year. You may as well make it the best game of the year.
Exactly. And like someone like Longwood who's not going to watch the NCAA.
But the best thing about the show this week was the slave talk and the talk about the now we can't say that word anymore. Bubba was saying.
Yeah, the R word. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
Then it would get stuck in my head.
And the slave talk. That was wow.
The what talk?
I never left.
The slave talk.
Oh, the slave. Yeah, Jesus. Yeah.
Penis, having slaves. How he did.
The cool. He'd be the cool owner.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good. And don't forget the women's NCAA starts on Thursday.
Yes, I will probably not have that on my TV, but thank you for letting the rest of the fan base knows that women's basketball still does play right now. I know that you're obviously a big Iowa fan for what's her name, Katie Hawk or something.
No, Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark. Oh wow, I was actually somewhat close.
But don't forget about
the all-time
tournament
leading.
on Thursday.
Okay, listen, Brett. I'm sorry. Okay,
the all-time leading scorer in men and women's basketball history. Listen, I don't even watch college basketball.
Well, hey,
but
listen. I don't watch college. At least I said Katie Hawk. Her name's Caitlin Clark.
Yeah,
I was in the ballpark. Okay.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
I wasn't in the parking lot. I was in. Yeah, it's Mike's sister.
I'm sure a lot of your fellow broadcasters will let that slide as well.
Exactly. You know, I was close enough.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm still upset about USF just getting completely fucking douched out.
They got hosed, didn't they?
They got hosed by the NCAA tournament, and they got hosed by the NIT tournament for not even giving them a ranked spot to be home field when they won the conference. They got dogged out to be fucking who knows what seed to go to Orlando last night and absolutely kicked the shit out of them. And Vegas had them as 6.5-point underdogs, and USF said, "Bitches, we already got a chip on our shoulder. Might as well go win the fucking NIT."
Well, and didn't you say that the only chance we had at them getting another home game this year was if they won the NIT?
No, if they made it to the NIT.
Okay.
And then they fucking took that away.
Yeah.
They gave it to a 17-15 UCF because they were just sucking off the Power 5. Wah.
Well, Lummy, I don't mean to piss you off, but even the Iowa boys basketball team got a home game in the NIT.
Oh, I'm glad. Thank you for rubbing that in.
Yeah, and those guys are scoring 8 a quarter.
Yeah. 8 a quarter. No, they score more than their football team at least.
Yeah, that's not hard to do.
Yeah.
My Special Olympics team could do that.
Exactly. You could do that.
All
You could
right.
get out there and
All
score a
right, guys, you guys have
touchdown.
a great show.
See you, man.
Talk to you later.
I'm not a misogynist just because I don't know the chick's name. I like other women's sports.
Yeah.
Women's volleyball. Women's
Who are your favorite women's volleyball stars, Lummy?
Michelle Nadaklova. What do you got to say about that? And
Yeah,
don't ask me how to spell that last name either.
You faced me on that one, man.
Samantha Belichick.
Belly check?
Yeah.
Any relation to Bill?
Might be a third cousin.
Speaking of cousins.
Oh.
Holy shit. We kind of had, I know we had a plan for the show today, but I forgot to bring this up to Bubba. We kind of had a whole whodunit over the weekend with some long lost cousins I didn't know I had.
Whoa. What?
Yeah.
With a female cousin?
No.
Oh, okay.
Holy
hold on.
shit.
Hold on. We were just talking about hot chicks.
No.
Okay.
I completely taken a left turn here on the topic.
All right,
Jesus
thank you.
Christ. No, nothing like that.
Because even people in chat were like, speaking of cousins. So,
no, you said third cousin. It got me thinking about cousins. Not in that way, though. Jesus.
So who's your cousin?
So, to set this up, my older brother lives not very far away from me. We conveniently shop at the same Publix. So I ran into him the other day.
Okay.
And he's like, "Oh yeah, I guess, things have kind of developed over the last couple of weeks to where we come to find out that my dad's cousin, Barry, who I didn't know about, I guess his dad had 13 brothers and sisters.
Oh, shit.
So we have a shit ton of cousins that we don't talk to.
Okay.
Now,
makes sense.
I did not know this until very recently. I thought there were not that many fails left. Turns out there's a lot of fucking fails, and they're all over Florida. Well, Barry Fail lost his kids.
Oh.
And
This is getting a sad story here, right?
yeah, it is.
Oh, shit.
I didn't know Barry. We didn't talk to Barry.
Did you come into a lot of money?
No.
Oh.
No, he lost his kids. Like DCF called and was like, "Hey,
Oh,
this guy
fuck.
lost it."
I thought you meant like they died and then he's about to die.
No,
and he
I'm
put
sorry.
you in
Yeah,
the
I didn't
will.
set that up very well. I'm trying to make sure that in my head I have all the information
Listen,
correct.
your
'cause-
storytelling is worse than mine right now.
I know, I'm
and
sorry.
I am horrible at storytelling. Listen, I'm telling a story and Bubba just cuts me right off.
All right,
halfway
so
through my
the start
story.
of this story is like a month ago. I think my dad gets a call in Tennessee, and it's DCF, and it says, "Hey, we got these 2 kids here that belong to Barry. Barry got his kids taken away. It's a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old,
Oh, Jesus.
2 boys, and we have nowhere for them to go." So I guess they were looking for my dad to take them, and he's like, "Well, listen, like we're not in the best spot to do that right now." So my older brother, who just had a baby in November, like first kid in November, only a couple of months old, was kind of like, "We'll take them." And so I guess they have been going through the process to get approved to potentially take in these 2 boys. And, to go from one baby being your first kid to now having 3, potentially a 1 and a 4-year-old is insane. But what blew my mind is just, that all of a sudden now there's these kids that share my last name who are going to be living in my brother's house. And it's like, it's just a lot of family out there I didn't know I had.
Are they gingers?
One of them is a blonde. The other one's got I think black hair or brown hair.
Oh, so they're not real fails.
One of them, there's not a lot of ginger fails, I'll tell you that. I'm the only one of the ones that I know of. So
Are you going to be babysitting a lot?
we'll see.
Really?
We'll see.
Has Wiener Dog met them yet?
No, she'll hate them. She doesn't like little kids.
Oh.
I mean, she doesn't like anybody, but she especially does not like little kids.
You know, the last time Walker was around a little Wiener Dog, Henstar came over and he brought his little Wiener Dogs.
Mm-hmm.
One of them liked, and one of them just couldn't stop barking at Walker, even though Walker would just sit there and just look at him like, what the, like almost like baby looks at your dog.
Just unaffected.
Like, what the fuck? Why are you barking at me, motherfucker? Like, I'm not doing anything. We're about the same size. Well, I mean, that's cool that they're not having to go into the system.
Yeah. I hope it ends up working out, obviously. It's good to know where they're going to end up and know that there are resources for them. So it's cool. It's cool. But it's just a lot of information, and it was a lot of major information that I got in the middle of Publix. I was only supposed to be in Publix for like 2 minutes.
Were you high?
Yeah, I was picking up chicken wings and alcohol.
Oh,
it was St. Patrick's Day, and I didn't want to. I was going to save money and just hang out at the house.
Would have been weird.
So
would have been more weird if your brother was walking around with 3 kids in the cart.
Oh yeah, that would have been. I would have been shocked. Honestly, I would have been offended at that point. Like if I had to find out that way, and I hadn't found out any earlier, I would have been mad that you didn't think to ring me up and let me know what was going on.
Hey, I'm getting 2 more kids, by the way, just so you know.
Yeah, I'm normally pretty understanding that things happen, things get busy. I'm not a good texter. I'm a shitty texter. Unless we work with each other and I'm talking to you every single day, like sometimes 2-3 weeks will go by and I'll think it's been 3 days since I've texted you last. So, I'm a pretty shitty texter, but I don't know, to bring in 2 children and then I don't find out until after the fact, I would be mad.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen that way. I found out in Publix.
I don't blame you. Well, that's good that they found love. How about that one?
Yeah,
and you have, now you know how many cousins you might possibly have out there.
I don't know if I know.
And that you're not going to be one of the last fails,
Yeah, well, that I am pretty happy about. Just because, again, I don't know if I'm going to have kids or not. So.
Oh, come on. You got to pop out a little Rhett.
Yeah, I got to find.
Junior. Well, you are a junior, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
So then.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. There you go. See? You got to carry that along.
We don't need any more Rhetts. We don't need any more Rhett fails running around.
Yeah, we do. Another little Rhett fail with Lakeisha, keeping it real.
I'm going to have some mixed kid.
Yeah, with red hair.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes. You're going to have a 50-50, and it's going to take on your red hair.
Yeah.
And your like pale
if I got
skin.
If I get someone pregnant, I got to make sure it's not a mistake. So I'm waiting to find someone that I am 100% sure is not going to be a mistake.
That's a good option. 702.
Hey, love me, Rhett. What's up, guys?
Hey, Las Vegas Mario. Hope you heard me the other day. I'm on the hot mic.
What's that?
I hope you heard me the other day about the game still.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You didn't have a day yet, did you?
No, in Reckon contest, I've asked, and I'm going to push for it again tomorrow. So.
Okay.
Because
cool.
Just like you, there's a lot of people that want to travel to it.
Yeah, I heard Alex Stein earlier today say he wants to go to Tampa. It's nice weather out. I would love to do that. I mean, that's my bucket list in BARP.
Perfect.
After seeing that video, Rhett, kudos on that, man. Kudos.
Thank you.
So what's up, Las Vegas Mario? Yeah.
Hey, just wanted to say one more thing real quick. Rhett, since that video was good and it was bomb, you got to strike while the iron's hot with the ladies, man. That was, again, that's a panty dropper, man. You got to strike while the iron's hot. Show them that video, have it on your phone, ready to go, man.
Yeah, that'll do it for me.
Galore.
I appreciate it. I'll try it out.
Well, check if you haven't yet. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try this weekend to go for on the locals to maybe cover. I'm gonna try my best, but I am gonna do it during the NCAA tournament. Maybe watch a couple games since they're always back to back. I'm gonna try to get on there and maybe watch like an hour of a game.
Yeah,
or maybe 4 games.
The early ones.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe like 3-4 games. Walker absolutely fucking goes crazy over basketball games when we're watching it. So maybe I'll just have like 2 TVs on, a couple games on, and just hang out and watch it. So
there you go. My boy too. How old is yours?
2.5.
Oh, mine's 2 too. When does he turn 3?
September.
Oh, mine's May. Okay,
cool.
Nice.
Yeah,
mine loves basketball too.
Yeah, he goes absolutely. He actually follows it, and he knows when to cheer certain times on the right team. So, but he just.
Oh, hey, one more thing before I forget. I just wanted to mention this. Did you guys happen to pick up? Why does Seth not have a Twitter on his phone?
He meant
a little weird.
No, he meant logged into the Bubba account.
Oh, I was going to say, because, does he not have it on his phone because he watches stuff, and maybe his daughter will pick the phone up and want to watch, Twitter or something, and he's watching something he's not supposed to be watching?
I mean, listen, you might have clarified on something, too, because I took it as he didn't have Bubba's account like most of us do on the phone. Maybe you're saying he doesn't have Twitter at all.
Are you insinuating that Seth Kushner watches Twitter porn?
Oh, yeah, I know he does. That Caitlin Hatley one's on mine all the time.
Exactly. I mean, it just goes on your thing, no matter what happens. I mean, so maybe, you know what? We should ask Seth about that tomorrow.
Yeah, I tried calling in. You should ask him. But thank you, guys. I'll let some other callers get on here.
All right, man. Thank you. See you Las Vegas tomorrow. Yeah, that's interesting. I heard that too because I forgot what it was, and I heard him say it, and I thought he was just talking about how he couldn't, tweet from the Bubba account on his phone, but maybe that's why.
He couldn't tweet from any account? I didn't hear what was talked about, so I don't know.
I forgot. It was during Hot Mic, and Seth said something about he asked me about the Macho pictures being up on Twitter, and Bubba's like, oh yeah, they're up there, and then he said, okay, because I don't have the Twitter on my phone, and I just thought he didn't have Bubba's account logged into his phone. Or he doesn't have, like Las Vegas Mario was thinking he doesn't have the app because maybe little Sethy might pick up the phone and just start, wondering why daddy's watching, I forgot the name of his porn star that he watches. You know what I mean? Like that's just on his,
Lena Paul or something.
Lena Paul.
Yeah, I don't know. He's on Twitter a lot for someone who would only use it on desktop. But
yeah.
I think, if I'm not mistaken, you can go on Twitter and you can see how a tweet was sent. If that's still a feature.
Is it? I'm not sure about that one.
So maybe he tweets from work or has a desktop set up at home. I gotta tell you, like, I have 95% of the time used Twitter on my phone. Like, I almost don't like it on the computer.
Yeah.
I only use it on the computer if I'm putting up like a podcast link. Because I send out like automated tweets for the new podcast, and we do that from the host site.
Which is nice.
Yeah, it is nice. I like that it's automated and I don't have to worry about doing it.
Yeah, because I only use it on the on my phone too. Like I did today when Stein was on. I posted that out. He was on there, so hopefully he retweets that. But he looked a little upset.
He liked it pretty quickly. He didn't retweet it though. I'll tell you that.
He looked a little upset when Bubba mentioned about him maybe possibly hopefully not getting fired and having a job. 843.
Hey guys, how we doing this fine glorious morning?
Hey, good. How you doing?
All right, it's Big Buck.
Hey, what's up, Big Buck?
What's up, Big Buck?
Not much, guys. Hey, just real quick, called in to say Rhett and Gary did an amazing job on that Bubba Barp movie, man. That was freaking amazing.
I appreciate it, Big Buck. Thank you, man.
Were you marking out to yourself during it? You were on there a good amount of times.
Yeah, you got the motorcycle shot, astronaut suit.
I know. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to realize I was in just having a good time. I didn't realize I was in the movie that much.
Don't be sorry.
Yeah, the positive thing is that when next year when you go to Bubba Raceway Park, you can just pull up the video and be like, "This is me, bitch." I said, "Do you know who I am?"
Yeah,
like, have you seen the Bart movie?
That's not how that conversation went, by the way.
You fucking know who I am.
Listen, I think Rhett said he's going to change. He's going to change. Like the start of the movie, the starring Big Buck.
Yeah, we'll make sure you get. You'll get top billing.
Yeah, Big Buck is kind of a big deal, as Grouper Lips would say.
Yeah, no, I don't want that kind of heat from Bubba.
It's okay. What was your favorite part of the week so far, or even late last week, Thursday, Friday? Do you have any favorite moments? We know Brandon the Quads were a little. The slave in the R word, but
he's a simple man.
Yes, he is.
You mean last week's show
or this week? I mean, so far Monday, Tuesday. I mean, this is the midweek show. Maybe today being in the cash queue.
Friday for sure. When Bubba did the Bubba interviews like no other, and those two interviews that he did last week or last Friday was off the charts, man. I mean, the way he interviews people is second to none. I actually. I'm not marking out the Bubba, but I even think that he does better interviews than Howard does.
Yeah, a lot of people say that he does make the guests comfortable.
You can get a lot more out of them.
Exactly. So, all right, Big Buck. Anything else?
All right. No, that's it. I just want to say congrats to Gary and Rhett there. That was an amazing video. I loved it a lot.
Yeah,
and me and the wife probably watched about 5 times.
Exactly.
Thank you, Buck. I really appreciate it.
All right, Big Buck. Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
See you.
Big E was asking about if there's a way we could download that video. I think people might be looking for like physical media or just a way to download it and keep it so it's not on YouTube. We'll try and set up a download link. I think I'll just make a Google Drive folder, and then we'll post the link on social media sometime this week.
How many gigs is that thing? A lot.
It's probably not going to... it's going to... I got to check if I still have the source file, to be honest with you. In the source file, I think it's like 8 or 9 gigs. It's not as big as you would think it is.
I was going to say, I figured it'd be like 20 gigs. Hey, do you have this? You know this question? Because I believe I've heard Bubba or even Seth say before that it really doesn't matter, but I mean, I could be wrong. This person says for the podcast and different things, if they just listen to it instead of downloading it, does that affect it in any way? But I don't think it does, correct?
No, it still counts. Yeah. So on our end, every listen counts as a download. As far as I know, I'm pretty sure we're still using Art19. So Art19 on the back end, everything is registered as a download. A listen any longer than 5 or 10 seconds is a play/download.
So it's all the same thing.
Yeah, so it all counts the same. If you listen from beginning to end on a show that you downloaded, or you listen from beginning to end just on the Spotify app and the face of the app, then it's the same thing.
Perfect. Thank you. There you go in the buckle brush. Let's get this one right here. 703.
What's going on, gentlemen? Gary the Cantrell. How are you?
What's up, Gary the Cantrell?
I just wanted to call in as well and show some love for Rhett on the actual show itself. Amazing job with the edit of the film, and I had so much fun shooting it with you, my man.
Yeah, thank you, Gary. We make a pretty good team, I'd say.
That's cute.
I know. I'm already taking notes for next year, man. I think we could take it to the next level even. And, now that people see the movie and they get excited about it, maybe they'll be more wanting to, be more involved with it now that they've seen it play out.
Yeah. And I had said before, we both agreed. I think the biggest thing we were lacking was just more stand-up shots of different people talking about how they got into the show, why they listen, why they show up every year. So I think, more people being aware that was something we were trying to do headed into next year. There'll be a lot more people excited to be on camera.
Absolutely. And wider lens is on my personal list. So especially that shot with Matt and Bubba, and I'm probably 2 feet away from them, and it's just aimed straight up. I did cringe a little bit at that. I was like, God damn it! But
so a lot of
other than that, I was happy with it.
A lot of stomach coming at you in that angle, but it turned out great.
Yeah, you did a great job videoing.
And quick props to you on the. I was joking about it in the chat earlier where the Hall of Fame, you have this alternate angle of people walking on the stage, and I'm filming people on the stage, and there's definitely a couple shots. If you look closely, you can see this fairly good-looking chubby guy with a camera balanced on his belly, aiming straight up. So go back and check that out. Go watch again just for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, go look for the other ginger in the crowd.
Yeah, it is funny how me and Gary could definitely pass is related.
Of course. I mean, Gary, you never know. Gary could be your third, fourth cousin and have a fail in his background. You never know.
Man, anything's possible, but we do make a good team, and I just wanted to say I appreciate you guys, and I'm going back to work on some shorts. So y'all have a good rest of the show.
And look forward to maybe seeing you in May, Gary.
I hope so. I hope that works out, my friend.
Yeah, it would be cool.
Yeah, that would be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be. I'm working on some other things with it, so we will see.
All right, well, give me some damn details, would you? All right?
I'm trying. I don't want to,
Well, if we can bring that same production level, that we brought to the BARP thing to this, it'll be fucking awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I can see it now.
And you two wrestling marks will have a fucking field day with it. So.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, give me those details as soon as you got it, and we'll make it happen. All right, guys?
Will do. See you, Gary. Speaking of wrestling, Matt Riddle was on, too, on Friday.
Hell yeah.
Fucking got tons of shorts on fuck.
12.
No shit. And I feel like, realistically, we probably could have went longer with Riddle. I think Bubba was feeling pretty good, but I also, you got to look at the time.
Yeah.
And I feel that Bubba could have easily done an hour
I think
and 20 minutes.
I think we were sweating it out because we were late, and I think another thing Bubba does sometimes is in his mind he has so many topics he wants to make sure he covers and he hits. So in his mind he's in a rush to get to those topics, and he's like quick to, all right, cool. Well, we're going to talk about this now, and then, I think like you said, sometimes it does feel like you can take a breath and let him talk, but as HS Bubba fan does say, Riddle was also high as fuck, so it was taking him sometimes a long time, sometimes longer than me to tell a story to answer a question.
Yeah, I think that he probably might have, and in my opinion, he did a little wake and bake on there. But I feel like toward the middle, the end of the interview, he started getting a little bit more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I wasn't saying he wasn't comfortable before, but he started just, telling stories. And hopefully when he is here, and I think it's a couple weeks, maybe April 19th? No, April 11th. I don't know. There's one day that he's coming down here to wrestle for, I think it's a CCW.
Oh, yeah, I guess he is doing a CCW thing, but he's also got the MLW, which is in May.
Is it May?
Yeah,
okay.
It's in May. So is he doing an appearance for CCW? Because
Yes,
I knew.
Yeah. But that's on the East Coast. I got invited.
Yeah.
I got invited to that, but it's actually the day of our 199, so I'm not going to be able to go to that one, unfortunately, because I can't miss a 199.
Sure.
But yeah, Riddle coming out with a lot of the stories.
Wait. Say that one more time.
What?
Which event is on the day of our 199?
The one in Port St. Lucie.
Okay. All right, cool.
It's a CCW event.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. So we won't be able to go to that. But he came out with the Jake Paul stuff. I mean, I know you watch wrestling. You like wrestling. Was there anything that he kind of said that you were kind of surprised about?
Not entirely. I think he is candid about, what happened with WWE and some of the mistakes that he made, which is cool because sometimes guys like to tiptoe around that stuff, but he'll tell you straight up. I think the shoot fighting stuff is always a lot of fun. When he's breaking down all of these internet urban legends that I'm sure he's been asked about before. But shoot wrestling Goldberg or Brock Lesnar, if he was in an actual fight with a lot of those guys.
Oh, you said Goldberg, what? He pretty much would wake up on the floor.
He'd wipe the floor with Goldberg. I mean, come on, dude.
I mean, Goldberg.
Lesnar, again, I think Lesnar is legitimately the only guy in WWE who could give him a problem, and that's because of his size. Matt does have better stand-up game, but, if you're talking about a street fight, then that'd be entertaining. But hearing him talk about that, because you don't hear Brock Lesnar, as far as I know, you don't hear Brock Lesnar talk about having beef with Riddle or who he would win in a real fight with, because he doesn't fucking care. Like, he doesn't care about that stuff. Riddle thinks it's kind of fun. He understands the content side of it, so it was cool hearing him talk about that. Well, we got a lot of good stuff from it.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a fucking real, a real life Gracie black belt.
Yeah,
that
it's
the
hard
other
to fake
guys,
that.
Well, but the other guys are kind of just like, they can't fight. You can kind of talk shit, because even if they come up to you, you're like, well, I know I could beat the shit out of you. And I know, and Bubba's talked about it before with Rob Kahn, where Rob Kahn can, he walks into the Lightning game, the Bucks game, the Rays game, or wherever, and he's like, just imagine you having that feeling that 99.9% of the people that are in this place right now, you could beat the shit out of.
Well, and it's funny, too, because if you're Matt Riddle and you look like Matt Riddle, that's one thing. But if you look like Rob Kahn, with all due respect, he's one of the more unassuming guys that you would see out in public. Like, I think most people who would pick a fight with him would probably pick a fight with him because he's a shorter guy and he's getting a little bit older and he looks not run down, but, he's not as trim and slim as he once was. So clearly people are going to underestimate him.
And
that's when he just takes him to the cleaners.
And we wrestled him. I guess you call it wrestling, right?
Yeah, for like 15 seconds, if that.
You lasted a little longer.
No, I lasted like 8.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was like 8 or 9 seconds.
Did you put you like a wrist block, something? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. He just leaned on me and it was over. I was trying to, I was doing the same thing that they say it all the time about how like all the wrestlers freak out and they try and use your weight. So that's exactly what I did, was just try and use my weight, try and sit down and like somehow move away from where he was moving, but he was 2 steps ahead.
Yeah, that was the only good thing with me is I used my weight. I was like a dead fish laying on top of him. Just like, yep, You can try to push me off, old man. But we talked after too. I think I even mentioned about like if you walk into a bar and someone tests you or some shit like that, and he was just like, it won't get that far because I'm gonna fucking knock him out.
Yeah, that's the thing too, and I think it's really funny when people hear like. I think it's really funny when people talk about how like jiu-jitsu guys have to start a fight on the ground. It's like not if they just sock you in the face, man. Like, you don't have to fight to know how to break somebody's nose.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bubba tells that story all the time about him and Fabrizi at whose bachelor party was it? Was it Bubba's bachelor party? I think it was Bubba's bachelor party at the Dollhouse or something, and Fabrizi was kind of like talking shit to Rob Kahn, and next thing you know, I think Bubba said he looks over and Rob Kahn's got him in like a fucking chokehold. And Fabrizi, was like tapping out or some shit because Fabrizi was like super tough. I mean, obviously, I don't think Fabrizi got on his knees to, try to get tapped out. So I'm sure Rob Kahn has, the ways to get him down. And I think that's obviously what Riddle thinks when he was saying that he's not too worried about talking shit about Bill Goldberg or talking shit about Brock Lesnar. And I think the rest of, I think the fans like it. We kind of talked about it a little bit today before the show, the niches. I think you and I talked about it on the hot mic too. The niches that Bubba has.
Yeah. Well, and that stuff helps.
What I mean is Bubba fans too.
Yeah.
Bubba's always been involved in racing, so that helps. And then wrestling.
Mm-hmm. And
where Bubba can kind of, even though the WWE has kind of changed a little bit, before since Bubba was back in back and everything, but those guys still respect it, and Bubba just being able to talk about it. And Bubba was a wrestler. Bubba has what, 5-6 appearances?
Yeah.
So he knows the back room, and I think that makes a really good interview. I mean, I wish we could, and I used to be a huge wrestling fan, but I wish we could get some more like old school wrestlers on, like an Undertaker.
Yeah.
Or I wish Bubba could get Stone Cold.
Well, to be honest, you just got to kind of wade the waters and see how those guys feel about Bubba, who they're friends with, brother, and who they're not.
Well, remember when I got Kurt Angle?
Right.
And I even mentioned it on the air before, so it's not like I'm kind of the bag. But when I reached out to Angle and was working on getting him on, he told me he's like, you let Bubba know he's going to owe me a favor because once it gets back to brother, he's like, it's I may catch a little bit of heat.
Yeah.
And Angle is still cool. And
and most guys, honestly, most level-headed guys don't give a fuck, and that's the way it should be. Like, I think that's exactly how it should be. If this guy and this guy have a problem, that's fine, but me and this guy don't have a problem, so there's no reason why I should feel guilty for doing his show. Now, obviously, on top of that, I was going to say that having those niches, you talked about the Bubba Army, but you talked about the areas that Bubba dips into, the wrestling world. Lately, the dirt track world. Mm-hmm. That stuff does really well on YouTube, and it helps your channel grow. It helps you keep getting subscribers. It helps you get organic new viewers, people who may know who Bubba is but not know where to find the show, people who go to the racetrack every time there's a race but don't know how to find Bubba's show or whatever the hell. You kind of get to find out the stuff that does really well with our audience. And I know that most of the radio listeners will tell you they don't care about dirt track racing, but bullshit, man. Look at the YouTube views. Our most viewed video in the last 48 hours is Tyler Erb talking about dirt track racing, not former WWE superstar Matt Riddle talking about, his release from the company or anything of the other. It's Tyler Erb. And then, of course, the Hudson O'Neal, the Devin Moran stuff from a couple of weeks ago. Like it does well. And finding niches like that on YouTube is key to keeping your numbers up. And I think, Bubba leaning more into the dirt stuff is really going to help us, because we can become a channel on YouTube where not only do people go to look for old wrestling shoot interviews and Hulk Hogan shit, they can go look for dirt track racing shit. And we can be considered one of the top sources for dirt track content on YouTube, considering we're getting views that are comparable to Flow Racing and other guys who were kind of doing the same stuff.
And at one point, we had NHRA stuff.
Yeah,
hopefully Bubba maybe can make up with them or something.
Yeah, the world of racing is so broad, too. Bubba's obviously had a hand in a lot of racing. He, drove the pace car at the Daytona 500 one year. I remember we had a Bubba Wallace video that got a bunch of views on Facebook and YouTube. And then most recently, Tony Stewart, having Tony Stewart on, doing NHRA coverage. That stuff gets us a lot of views. Racing fans love Bubba the Love Sponge. All of the Bubba Army may not love racing, but racing fans love Bubba the Love Sponge, and it's cool to see.
Hello?
Almost right in the scout. It's Joe the Supermarket.
Oh, Joe, I'm sorry, but we already had a snipe on you. Your boy
That's why I
Gooper
called to
Lips.
honor the snipe.
Oh, thank
But I
you.
also wanted to tell you my favorite part of the week was when Anna Hummel laughed at Dr. Dan's fart.
Why is it? Yes. By the way, on the Dr. Dan, I don't know why that wasn't going. I was trying to do my little gunshot thing.
You just didn't have it potted up, I don't think.
I guess not now. I was trying to hit the phone because, Grouper Lips had a snipe. But yes, Dr. Dan, there's more than often when Dr. Dan is sitting in his chair, I look over and he is always lifting his cheek up. And there's a couple times you can hear like the sound. And I guess Anna heard it that one time, but I would say, let's say probably in the last month, I've seen Dr. Dan Bergini 8, 9 times.
Dan Bergini.
Lift his cheek up and fart toward Anna. I mean, probably more than that. It's almost, I would say for the last 2 weeks, it seemed like every show, maybe twice a show, he was lifting up and farting on Anna, and a good amount of times you could hear it. And he does that slight move now that I've always figured out. He's always, because I don't have the video up anymore, because I got all the chats. Mm-hmm. He always goes like that, just a little bit. Like
just enough to notice.
Yeah, but he tries to keep his body like so it doesn't move too much, and then he lifts his cheek up.
Well, and it's pretty funny too because Dan has never been shy about farting. As Xerxes in YouTube chat said, he's got old man farts, and I think before, as in like 6 months or longer ago, I think he may have been a little more comfortable keeping it out in the hallway and not doing it in the studio. But I think as time goes by, he's started to just kind of not care as much.
Well,
because dude, all the fucking time, anytime I would see Dan for the longest time,
oh yeah,
he was just farting, like just walking around the kitchen and the break room and the bullpen.
I'd be walking out.
He takes steps, and you could hear him behind, like those old man farts. They just fucking air leaking out of the guy.
Well, I think he tried it probably one day on the show, and no one caught it.
And nobody noticed
or said anything.
Yeah, so he's like, okay.
He's like, well, instead of just holding it and wait until I go outside, fuck it, I'll just let it go now. And that's what he's doing. I guess Anna somehow caught it. He must have did a really loud one. But, I mean, it's...
So, let me ask you a question. If Dr. Dan farts in studio, nobody smells it, nobody hears it, did he really fart?
Well, if you listen to Dr. Dan, his farts never smell.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
I know.
And that's, in his mind, if he was getting away with it for months on end, why would he stop?
You remember when Bubba said...
He just finally got popped.
Yeah, well, remember when Bubba said a couple of times, like, hey, it sounds like someone's squeaking the chair or rubbing the leather? I guarantee that was fucking Dan farting really fucking loud and blaming it on that. Because his farts are loud. I walk behind him when he's going out, when he used to go outside to pee, and he'd just be farting. I'm like, Dan, you're farting on me.
No, he'd literally save them all for outside. That whole trip, when he'd go outside to go pee in the parking lot, from the moment he left the door of the studio, it'd be like one continuous fart until all the way.
And now he doesn't.
When he got back in,
and now he doesn't pee outside. Now it's just me, and I guess Seth does too. But
yeah, he's got his spot behind the.
Yeah, he goes.
trailer.
He goes and hides. He goes behind the chair.
You put your back to the world like a real man.
I try to hide behind that little phone pole, but then sometimes when the cross the street gets a little too busy, I gotta.
You hide behind your truck, but I feel like sometimes you forget you're parked closest to the road. So
that's another thing. I mean, at this point, I will never be.
Not
going
exactly
over,
hidden.
I'm never going back over to the neighbors to ask them about parking. I'm just gonna call them from here on out because I guarantee you they just sit there and like, oh, there's that big fat fuck that just pisses out front every day. I mean, because that's my bathroom. I don't want to waste water. Put a little hand sanitizer on after, and I'm good to go.
If we get a palm frond incident again.
Oh, I should pee on the palm fronds.
Pee on the palm fronds.
And throw them back over?
Toss them back, yeah.
And be like, hey, Jesus, here you go, buddy. And I can say that because that's what the guy is.
Did we ever get an update on that? Did we ever reach out and hear
I don't
anything?
know. We got to ask Bubba about it. I mean, obviously, Bubba was going to take
I think the
control
email
of that.
got sent, as far as I know.
Did it? Or is it a text? I thought he was going to text him.
I thought he was going to email it to him.
Oh, well, maybe we need to bring that up on Friday. and say, hey, what's going on? Because, they actually did it in the back where the goats are. The goats actually were eating some of the palm fronds.
They did it in the back. So they tossed them over the fence back there.
Yeah.
Well, I knew they had done that before because I thought you had talked.
I did. Jesus.
It's same guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so he just said,
Okay.
maybe big guy wants these up front so he can bring them around back for the goats. I bet you that's what his excuse will be.
Yeah, that would be his excuse.
He'll be like,
exactly.
oh, the guy told me to do it because he uses it for the goats.
And I'd tell him that I talked to you after that, you dick fuck, and you're lying now. So what do you got to say about that?
Oh, the goats. Look, there's goats back there, man.
Yeah.
That's going to be his whole thing. There's goats. They got goats. Look, there's goats.
They eat everything. That's what everyone says. They eat everything. Don't worry about it. Exactly. Speaking of in the parking lot, what did you think of what is your honest opinion about Dr. Dan's Lamborghini? That's big news too. I mean, he got a brand new Lamborghini off-road. I don't even know what the fucking thing's called.
It's a
Sonata?
Yeah.
Serata? Lamborghini Serata?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
No,
Once
it's
again, just like Keaton Hawk.
Lamborghini. God damn it. Off-road. It's a Huracan Sterrato. That's what it is. You were close. Huracan Sterrato. And I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yes,
I
be
think
honest.
I think it may have made a Ferrari man out of me, which I never thought I would say, because as a kid growing up, I liked Lamborghinis a lot more than I liked Ferraris. But what I have noticed, as long as Dan has had Ferraris and new Ferraris, and even Jay occasionally gets a new Ferrari, is when they pull in, and I go out in the parking lot and I find myself looking at them, I'm like, damn, this car is like a lot nicer than it looks in pictures. And I may have had the opposite effect when I saw this new car. It's very nice, and I'm not going to sit here and talk like I'm someone who can go out and buy one tomorrow. Because I know Dan's response would be, "Oh, it's more expensive than anything you could buy, bitch." But
That's
it
good.
just
Good
it looks
impression.
it looks a little cheap. Like,
are you saying what is what was this tires fender? What were you saying about
the
it?
fender flares, the matte black paint, the off-road lights that kind of look like they were just pasted on there, and they're not the same matte black as far as I remember. And then the all-terrain tires that he faced me about, just something about it. Like I don't know. When I if he had it off-roading and he had fucking decals on it and I saw pictures of him ripping it up in the Baja or something like that, then that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. If he's out in the dunes, if he takes it to Glamis or something, I have no idea. But when it's driving around on the street, it just kind of it just looks a little cheap. It looks a little cheap.
Little cheap, huh?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he looked like he had like a whole what I said, airplane inside with all the switches and everything.
Yeah.
I mean, because I did.
Well, you told him. I
guess I told him.
Yeah, and it gave me the courage to obviously say it on the air. But I said, I probably wouldn't tell Dan, but this car looks kind of cheap. And he came out, and you were like, Dan, your car looks fucking cheap.
I said, your fenders look like fucking Rets. I said,
yeah.
I said, what'd you get these off of Rets Nissan truck over there? Are you paint them black? I mean, people are saying that you might get a little heat from Dr. Dan on Friday.
That's fine.
I mean, Iggy says
that's fine. Dan doesn't listen to our show. He's got better things to do.
I mean, yeah, but the chat listens, and they could be in. Dan loves the chat.
Yeah, a bunch of snitches.
I mean, Iggy already said the filthy trash in a supercar. Wow, this is going to be.
I didn't trash it. I just said it looks cheaper than a Ferrari. That's what I said.
So
that's my official stance on that. I didn't trash it. It's not a car that I can go buy tomorrow. It's not a car that I'll probably ever have in my lifetime.
Do you want to drive it?
Sure, that'd be cool.
Or is it just too cheap for you? I mean, I think you might be siding here with Gary Breezewine.
I'll wait till he. No, I'm not siding with fucking Gary. I'll wait till he gets another Ferrari, because I don't, to be honest with you, my prediction, I don't think he has that car a year.
Really?
Yeah.
Even when he goes on Bubba's track?
Even when he goes on Bubba's track.
And I think, what's the place called over the Enclave? They have like an off-road track there too.
Yeah, but he's not going to fucking take that car. He's not going to take that car as off-road as he might think he is right now. Like he can handle some dirt, but the motor Enclave has, like, as far as I understand, it's like a wheeling section, and he's not going to make it past it in a fucking Lamborghini.
239. versus Dr. Dan.
Oh man, how you guys doing today? It's Berto.
Hey, Berto
Quick
Press.
question.
Yes, sir.
For Bubba's food review, won't you have him do the secret menus for each place?
He's talked about it, about the McDonald's and stuff. But, I mean, for the YouTube, it's kind of one of those, the new thing, getting out the new thing. Because sometimes, I think he tried it. I think he tried it at Wendy's or he tried it at one place, and they acted like he had no clue what they were talking about. Or he said they had no clue what he was talking about, so...
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because I seen one. I sent one to your Instagram, but I had a buddy of mine that did the T-Rex burger at Wendy's, and that thing was like 19 patties.
Well, holy shit! How much is that? Yeah, but how much is that going to cost though?
It was $13.
Let's go.
Oh wow, that's not too bad. But
yeah, and he was tripping me out because he tried to eat it. He's a big dude. He's like 315 pounds.
Oh wow, nice.
And he couldn't finish it.
Yeah, but I think some of the new stuff. I mean, just like that cheese pizza thing. I mean, saying kind of topical. Maybe if there's a week that there's really nothing out there, that maybe he can do one of those. Like pick just one that we know, and maybe we have to go test to make sure they actually have it. But because
and also too, congratulations on the belt, man. It looks good on you.
Oh, well, thank you. I was surprised he got it back, especially before Macho's birthday and him DJing on 199. I thought that thing was never going to get taken.
I'm telling you, Macho does a great job. I mean, you guys all do a great job. Like, Rhett did an awesome job with the video. I mean, I just think you guys are a great crew. And bringing Seth, I don't know if he's 5 days a week now or 3 days, whatever. I just think it elevates you guys because you guys are great. But when you have that one guy who can help you guys elevate your game higher, I'm like, man, he's just killing it with the show. And Bubba's awesome, too. I mean, Bubba says people don't like him on the chat and everything like that. I think it's just, in my opinion, it's a running gag because it knows it gets to him.
Oh, of course. It's always been that way. It's been that way since the Stern Fan Network back in the day. Everyone always hated Bubba. So
yeah, I think he's cool as hell because he's got me going, and with Seth doing the breaks and you're doing the auction and stuff like that. I mean, I was going to jump on it, but I already have an A-Rod ball. I go to Tampa just to do the Yankees because I'm a big fan.
Yeah, but that's not the only thing that you could get, but it's okay.
No, I'm still looking because the way I want to see how the first one goes, and I might jump on the second one and do stuff like that because you guys are killing it with that too.
Oh yeah, I think that and Rhett's seen everything that we have to offer, and there's a lot of good shit in there, a lot of good shit. And I think people will be surprised. Fast Talking Dana Rhodes didn't want to expose every single thing that you could possibly get, for whatever reason. But I think once people see that, I think once people see what you can get after this first one, people are gonna be like, "Well, fuck yeah, that's worth the $99." I mean, most of the stuff is at $100 or over. So
that's what I mean, because it's like me having the boys now. They're old enough, and they're like, "Dad, this is cool," and I'm like, "Yeah." So I'm pulling out like old Deion Sanders when he was in Florida State. When I live in Fort Myers, he was here for Deion Day. He's like, "Dad, where do you have these stuff?" I'm like, "I hide it from you guys so you don't destroy it."
Exactly. You got to keep it. I looked at my cards.
Yeah, but now that they're older, man, it's fun as hell.
Exactly. But perfect, man. Thank you, Berto Perez.
I mean, you guys keep it up. I mean, for real, you guys are killing it, and I love the after show like you guys do. Keep it up, man. Thank you so much for putting on great content.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's another thing. We haven't gotten into the cash thing, but yes, that's 5 days a week. So I mean that started Monday.
Yeah, consider this the official announcement. I don't think it's been acknowledged on the show, which that's Bubba's fashion. Sometimes things just happen, and you got to keep on rolling. So he is 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, and I do think that Bubba Army Grunt said it in the Rumble chat. The show has a lot of positive energy. I think this is going to be a big year. I agree. I think, honestly, we have figured out a certain level of our game that allows us to basically fine-tune what we do already and figure out how to do it better. I think having Seth on has helped the podcast. More exclusivity over there. I know we've kind of lost some after shows here on YouTube, but honestly, with the other stuff that we're doing on YouTube, we've gotten better at figuring out what eats and what's going to ultimately help us out and keep our numbers up and keep new people coming to the channel and stuff like the dirt track racing, stuff like the wrestling, obviously all the shorts that we've already got. But, we can continue doing that stuff and we can grow even more than the show did last year. Like we got 50,000 YouTube subs over the course of a year last year, and I think we're going to be. Yeah, it's not too shabby at all, and I think we're going to be even bigger this year. We're already 110,000 subs. I like the momentum the show is on, and I do agree that Florida Man Radio in Orlando is just the beginning on some of the shit we're going to be doing this year. I'm excited.
And speaking of taking it to another level, but I have a quick question from a great Hall of Fame, Iggy McGillicuddy. Why do you have heat with him?
I don't fucking know. I got heat with everybody, apparently. I got a text the other day asking if I had heat with Big E, and I don't understand why. If I do have heat with anyone, I'm out of the loop on it. Sweet.
Well, I'm glad that you got to clarify that. Iggy, I guess Rhett does not have any heat with you. Big E, I believe Gooper Lips is hoping that there's some Big E rookie cards in the repack, which I didn't know Big E played any sports. Did you, Rhett?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
Okay, yeah. So I don't know what Gooper Lips is talking about, what kind of sport he might have played or where he even went to college. But another big thing, which is our headline story, is the Bubba. It's not in the Bubba Cash Cube, actually. I'm sorry. It's what is it? The Diaco Law
$10,000 cash cube. All right, cube. From the top, the Diaco Law $10,000 cash cube.
The Diaco Law $10,000 cash cube, which is coming to an area with you. I guess Bubba wants to roll it out Juneteenth. I mean, that's kind of far away. There's a lot of things that might be coming up in April and May, especially maybe over in Orlando.
Well, over in Orlando, and honestly, I think he does want to roll it out for Juneteenth, but I also think he'll realize that maybe there's just some other stuff we got going on with USF, maybe some other events that we'll be popping up at. Maybe we roll it out sooner. But like you said, there's
a lot of things that concerts maybe going on at Raymond James, even maybe we could even roll it out at the amphitheater.
Could.
I haven't even looked at the concert schedule over in Orlando.
That'd be hilarious if we could get, I don't know. No, we probably won't for Emily.
Oh, that would be a tough one.
Yeah, it would be tough, but there's a certain concert in April. I think it'd be fucking hilarious if we showed up and got approved as
Where's vendors for.
Huh?
Who's in April?
There's a radio station that has a rock concert every year around that time.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I thought you meant like there was one person in particular.
No.
Well, I wonder what the rule is if you park in their parking lot. If you could set up...
like their office?
No, like the general parking that you got to pay for to park.
Oh, for Emily.
Yeah.
Like if you pay for parking.
Yeah. I wonder if we would be able to pay for parking and just set that up there. I know you don't normally see tailgating, but I wonder what the rule is on that. If we park in that main lot that's right across the street from Emily, where you can kind of see it all. You know what I'm talking about? Where the fenced area is?
Yes.
And we get there bright and early.
Like the dirt lot.
Yeah, we get the cream machine right in the front with it facing the sidewalk in the area, and then you have maybe the cash cube right in front of it. I wonder what the rule is on that. I'll have to look into that because that would be kind of funny. No one's in the plaza, instead they're all over in the parking lot with us.
We had two people at the exact same time. I don't know who to credit for it, but between Glenn Longnecker and Richard Longwood, someone said it should be the Diaco $10,000 boob cube.
Yeah, you get a free boob job. I wonder who the idea that came from, but that was me. It's throwing a free boob job ticket in there, which I blamed on the chat in case Bubba took a shit on it, but I'm gonna take credit for that one. But I think that going to, especially like I know once again it's far away, but the country concerts or even the USF Miami game.
Yeah.
The amount of people that are going to come up, and especially college age people, or even like the people that that just go to the games that are 30, 40s that maybe have kids and that listen to Bubba back in the day and don't know where to find them.
Florida natives who live in Miami and traveled up 4 hours for the game. Like I think what's going to help us is having the cash cube not just in the promo area where all the other promo tents are outside of Raymond James Stadium. We're going to have a whole fucking tailgate. Like it's basically, for anyone who went to the Packers tailgate a couple of years ago, it's basically that tailgate, but it's going to be bigger and it's going to have more people and it's potentially going to have more strangers walking around.
Exactly.
But, they don't have to be strangers if you give them a Bubba Army sticker and they start talking about the show.
Exactly, which is going to be awesome. So are you wanting to get in there? Or are you hoping that, you're one of the first ones in there pulling money out or no?
For the sake of real money, sure, yeah. Like I'll take a chance to go into the cash cube and take home some real money as a bonus. I'll do that any day of the week.
Do you have any ways that you might do it? Like, have you been doing any research on the best way to get the...
I have been doing a little bit of film study, yeah, and I do have a technique that I'm eager to try out because I was paying attention today to the flow of the cash and how it flies around the booth, and I think there's an exploit that we can take advantage of.
Yeah, but I have a feeling if he gets that second fan, because I know what you're talking about. Obviously, I was on the ground and everyone saw my ass crack.
I don't think it ever officially popped out, so don't worry. But I wanted to give you a heads up.
No, thank you. I didn't hear you. I just felt the wind.
I was yelling. We were in studio, and I was like, "Lummy, Lummy, Lummy!" I was yelling at you.
Oh, I didn't hear it. I just felt my ass crack out. I felt like my little hairs getting moved from wind or something like that. But I see. But if we have that second fan, I think it's really gonna just fuck things up. What I mean is the way you're talking about it, because I think it's just gonna throw it straight up in the air instead of like swirling it like a tornado.
You're going to have basically two funnels of wind. Correct. I would think. Like, instead of just having one tornado of dollars, you're going to have it shoot up and then go circles around you. I think I get what you're saying.
Yeah. And now Snezok says that we should get some topless strippers to be grabbing the cash in the boob cube. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Bubba's asked a couple of times about us putting that kind of stuff up on Twitter, but I don't...
You're talking about porn?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's going to be no good for us. I think if we have any hopes of monetizing what we do, and also the fact that we have links and post links to, PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, since we have done that on Twitter in the past, if we start posting explicit material and telling people that they can go pay here to get it, I don't think we're going to last very long getting monetized content.
Yeah, and I know people are like, well, other porn stars, yeah, they normally put their own stuff up.
Yeah, that's the thing, is that every porn page on Twitter is sending you links to their stuff where they can get paid because they're not getting paid for the thousands of views they get on Twitter.
Exactly. 941, last phone call.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo. Oh, hello, Mr. Hall of Fame, Iggy McGillicuddy.
Thanks, my friend. I would just like to ask Brett what his heat is with everyone. Seems to have heat with more people than just myself. What's the matter, Rhett?
I'd like to know as well, to be honest with you. Again, this heat that I have with people is breaking news to me.
You don't know you have heat?
No, I don't know that I have heat.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
you don't actually have heat.
So I probably don't actually have heat. That's my opinion. Listen, if there are facts that state otherwise, then I'm open to hearing them. But I just show up here and I do my job.
Maybe you don't quite understand the definition of heat. If you have heat, then you're angry or upset about something. And if you're actually not, and you think people have heat with you, then that's a little different. You're not having heat with me, per se.
No, I don't. I don't have heat with anybody.
Okay, I just wanted to say great job, you and Gary Cantrell, on that. If you have not watched it yet, the BARP movie is pretty friggin' awesome on YouTube. And you guys are doing awesome with your little side gimmick here.
Thank you. Our little side gimmick. Thank you, Iggy. Yeah, we appreciate that.
Whatever. At least you don't sound like Calta anymore. Oops. Gotta go.
Oh. Thank you, Iggy. I appreciate the kind words.
Yes, the kind words about our little show.
Well, I think, the more we do the show, I think
it would just get
the better we're going to get.
Yeah, exactly. That's back in there. But we're going to be getting out of here soon. But we do have something. Well, I'll be back Friday. I think you're going to be here, maybe.
Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be. I mean, someone's got to film it, right?
Yeah, just making sure.
Okay.
I'm just double checking. But yeah, Friday, 11:30, maybe 11:35, depends on how long the Anna Hummel show goes. I think it normally goes to 11:15, 11:20.
Your deal is up there, if that's what you're alluding to.
Oh, I don't know. See, I was thinking about that, but then I'm not sure.
What if we do a Bubba and play like the first 15 seconds?
Because I just don't want Bubba to get mad.
Get mad at what?
That we played it before he does.
Who gives a shit? He's not going to play it.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh. Well.
No, he didn't play our last one. He's not going to play this.
Is it actually out?
It's unlisted. Oh. It's if you go to our YouTube studio, it's unlisted. It's the raw video. I don't have it edited. I don't have any music or graphics or any letters or anything on it.
Well, then that question is, do you think it will be up today or?
Yes.
I'm just asking. I'm trying to let the people know once they see it here.
No, you're good. Yeah.
Oh, wait, you're going to be able to put it up there too, aren't you, on video?
Yeah. The goal is to put it on YouTube, let it eat for a little bit.
No, I meant like right now, so people can see what it looks like.
Oh yeah. I'm sitting here on Wirecast right now. I can pull it up whenever you full screen it.
All right, hold on. I'm trying
You
to
click that link and then you full screen it.
Oh yeah, look at this guy.
Look at that fucking guy.
Oh yeah.
Full screen. Make sure you full screen. Oh no!
My problem is I have about 10 chats here open. All right, mute that one. I think that's it. I think I'm good. All right, let's see here. That's it. No. Okay.
Full screen for me.
I'm gonna full screen it.
You better. Look at that guy.
So this guy right here.
This guy.
God, look at that belly. I need to suck in, Red. Way to not tell me to suck in on that one.
Can I ask you an honest question?
Yeah.
Is that one of Jeff's shirts?
No. That was one of my shirts during I haven't got any of those shirts yet.
I wanted to make a joke at how you're already busted into the Jeff clothes.
This is a Let Me Investigate shirt when I used to do Let Me Investigates.
Yeah. When's that coming back? You get canceled?
$99.99. That's it. $99.99 for a Bubba repack. Go to BubbaArmyShop.com. That's right. Take this L that's sitting on your forehead right now. And all you have to do is when you go to BubbaArmyShop.com and you buy a Bubba repack, it turns into a W. A W. You will be a winner. You want to be a winner.
You want to be a winner.
You want to be able to go into that casino, point to the hottest chick at the bar and say, you're coming home with me. And she's going to go, whoa. Why am I going to go home with you? And you say, because I went to BubbaArmyShop.com and I got the Bubba repack. I got this A-Rod battery.
Hear the weight behind the finger you're slamming down on the table.
I got all the great merchandise. And she's going to say, let's go home. I'm going home with you. And you're going to be walking out. You're going to be having all the chicks on your arm. You're going to be sitting on the beach, sipping on a Miller Lite, relaxing because you're so confident. Tom Brady's going to be calling you up. He wants to hang out with you. You know, Tom Brady's going to want to hang out with you after you bought this.
$99.99, buddy. Bubba Repacks, Bubba Army Store, BubbaArmyMerch.com.
Get it.
Get it.
Be the cock of the walk. Be the cock of the walk around your town.
Walk into the bar.
Point to that chick.
Say
you're coming home with me. Why am I coming home with you? Because I bought a $99.99 free pack, the Bubba Army repack, and I now got confident. So just think about it. Why is Couts doing spots for both? Thank you, Iggy McGillicuddy. I don't think I'm as fat as him, but thank you so much. No, that's not gonna be my wrestling gimmick. That's just a guy that's wearing a shirt that Rhett thought was Jeff's shirt. So I think Rhett just called me old.
No, I didn't. No, I just was implying that you might be running low on shirts. That's all.
I got about 13 of those shirts, by the way. Ashley bought me a ton of those when we first started dating, when I did the Let Me Investigates. I got a couple that are in bags I haven't even broke open.
That's when you knew. That's when you knew you had a bitch who was all in.
That's right. I mean, I got some more I need to break out. Man, work on that belly though. Actually, it could work out. Ghostbusters like 4 is now out. Maybe Let Me Investigate 3 needs to come back out. Old.
We do have
past its prime.
We do have one question here in chat from Bubba Nation 23, and I'm sure there's a lot of people who think the term repack is a little vague. If you're not on the up and up, so he still doesn't know what a repack is, Lummy. So for the people who don't know, in 15 words or less, do you think you can explain it?
In 15 words or less?
Sure, I'll give you 20.
Listen, your cousin's story was not under 15 words or less either, so I'm going to do my best.
There was a lot more moving parts to that cousin story than there was to Bubba Army Repacks coming out this Friday.
A Bubba Army Repack. Okay, so there's a lot of memorabilia and autographs, and however many people buy boxes, we spin a wheel, and you get so if the number lands on 28 and it's your name, you get box 28. You open it, and you could have the Larry Bird autographed statue in there. You could have 7 autographed cards. You could have 5 rookie cards. You could have the A-Rod bats. It's all about what box number, because it was repacked. So you take an autograph card, you take 5 rookie cards, 6 autographs, you put them all in one box, and you number it 10, and that's box 10. I know it was like 125 words, but
it's okay. Grouper Lips says, do you only get one thing or multiple things?
You get multiple things. Well, it depends on the item. I mean, one item that, like the A-Rod bat, is $500. You're only going to get one item. You get you get 4 rookie cards and 2 autographs. That's in a box. So, the fuck are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Okay, so yes, every pack is different. So it just depends. But the reason that is it's all about the value. The value of the box is going to be, the minimum box is going to be about $75, but you may have 3 rookie cards from this year. You may get, I don't even want to say the names, but you could have rookies from this year's pack that are very good names, that those cards could go up in value. And you may get 2 of them. You may get 3 of them. You may, multiple things. Tyreek Hill autographs, Bo Jackson autographs, Charles Barkley, Clyde Drexler, Bob Gibson autographs, jerseys, like the little jersey cards. But the second one, we're already working on getting more memorabilia that the Bubba Army, from Bills stuff to Broncos stuff.
We got some breaking NFL news from right here in Hillsborough County.
What's
Not
that?
to interrupt you, but, we do try and bring a journalistic aspect to some degree to this show, I guess, and we always include a little bit of sports, as Bubba likes to say. An arrest warrant has been issued for Lions cornerback Cameron Sutton for aggravated battery domestic violence, according to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. They released a newsletter that says, "Do you know this man? The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office needs your assistance in locating a wanted subject, Cameron Sutton, age 29. He is wanted for aggravated battery, domestic violence. He may be driving a Jeep Grand Wagoneer with a plate number of FLAZ33QB. If you have any info on the whereabouts of Cam Sutton, please call 813-247-8200. It's Warrant Wednesday here
Nice.
in Hillsborough County. That's what the headline reads on the public notice that was sent out.
And I'll correct the fat pig on he said, so it's basically like buying a lottery ticket. No, it is not like buying a lottery ticket, because with a lottery ticket and, like some other things that you can do, like you don't always know if you're going to score something big.
It's not really a lottery because you're not going to lose.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to.
You could buy a scratch off and get nothing. You could buy a scratch off and get your money back. You could buy a scratch off and get $500. That's how it is. But you're not going to lose. There's no losers. You're not going to be one of the numbers and spend $100. And next thing you know, you open the box and there's nothing in it. Something is worth money.
You're not gonna spend $100 or $99.99 to get an empty box or to get something with nothing in it. Like you're going to get, and I think what Lummy was trying to explain, if you get the box and you don't give a shit about collecting and you don't get what you were hoping for and you want to turn around and sell what you got immediately,
you can.
You can, and the cheapest thing, I think collectively, if you were to turn around and sell it, is going to be like $75 or $80.
Yeah, and in this first one, we may even throw some other stuff in there to make
like
it
you're
just
getting
$100.
you're getting memorabilia and you're getting cards, but there's also a chance that instead of getting a pack that's worth $80, you get a pack that's potentially worth $450, because there is, again, like there's a lot of high level shit and a lot more relevant stuff than just old Hall of Famers. But again, Fast Talking Daniel Rose is being very K5 about the whole deal, but there's a lot of stuff in here that, is worth like real money.
Yes, and you'll see that's why I want to get this first repack done, because I think once you guys see it, you're going to be blown away with the amount of product that Daniel Rose was able to get for this first one, and we're already working on our second one. And thank you, Ashley. I think that's a sign of going. Lummy is pretty much Yoda, brilliant, but the words aren't always in a sentence order.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you. So I talk in my, I talk, yeah, okay. That just now even more threw me off.
Fucked them up so bad he had to end the show.
That's right. Thank you, everyone, so much for tuning in. Lummy Yoda here. Checking out. Don't forget to check out Bubba Army Shop, Bubba Army Store, BubbaArmyMerch.com for all your Bubba Army merchandise, also the repacks. And we are live tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. right here on all your platforms from Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, X, and check out everything on Bubba Army HQ. There's a lot of good stuff on there, and we will keep getting more up. Brett, do you have anything going up on YouTube?
We have tonight the debut of what are going to be called Bubba Bootlegs. It is one of the classic Cox morning shows from 2008. I believe the September 19th edition. In its entirety, it'll be premiering live tonight at 7 p.m., so you can watch it live. You can chat with other Bubba Army, and we can take a trip down memory lane. It's a pretty funny show, so come hang out.
When do you think the Lummy announcement will be up?
Excuse me, Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow. Cough button, right? Cough button. Wow, jeez. Are you all right?
Yeah. The Lummy announcement will be up within like an hour or two.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much, and we will see you tomorrow morning. I gotta go help Brad. I think he's dying.
Yeah, sorry.